Hello, my name is Hriday Arya and I'll be presenting the topic meetings. Let's discuss the objectives of this PPT. The learning objectives are learning the objectives, what are meetings, what are the different purposes of meetings, types of meetings, organizing meetings, and writing tasks in meetings. We will be discussing what is meetings, what is the main purpose of meetings, during what we do in meetings, what are the different types of meetings, because meetings are to be differentiated in different ways, how to organize a meeting, and what are the tasks that we are going to do during the meetings. A meeting, the main purpose is, the main way is, a meeting is gathering of two or more people where positive discourse occurs. Of course, their purpose will vary. Like, in a meeting there are more than two or more people who discuss things, who discuss a topic and want to have a conversation about it and want to get an outcome about it. Standard verbal expressions in speech or writing, and extended communication dealing with some particular topic. It can be also seen that there are standard verbal expressions in speech or writing during a meeting. Meetings enable face to face contact of number of people at the same times. Meetings are very important because one can also say that the face to face conversation is much more important than any written conversation. Provides opportunity for sharing information, making suggestions and proposals, taking discussions and obtaining instant feedback. It is very important that it provides us opportunity to share information, make suggestion to people, and propose some proposals for a topic, and taking the discussion and obtaining that instant feedback. Because when we write something, when we are doing a written conversation with a person or a group, we have to wait. We cannot take instant feedback about a proposal that we have made, a suggestion we have made. So we get an instant feedback about it. They facilitate exchange of views, exchange of information, articulation of alternative viewpoints, deliberation of specific issues, removal of misconceptions. As we know that exchange of information takes place during a meeting. Articulation of alternative viewpoints is like when more than two people talk about a topic, they discuss it amongst themselves. There are different viewpoints and one can articulate it towards a particular viewpoint. Like, if I have a viewpoint about something, the other person also has another viewpoint on it. I might be wrong, he might be wrong, but there are different viewpoints, and a group can at last come to a single point where they can agree on. Deliberation of specific issues. There is a deliberation of specific issues as per there is an issue, like how should we convert the growth of our company, how should we grow our company. So there is a specific issue about it, and a group of people would be able to discuss it much more better than a single person taking any single decision. Removal of misconceptions. While written communications take place, there are many misconceptions, like how what is the feeling that we are writing in. One, we can be writing in a comic way, a sarcastic way, but the other person would take it as a serious note. But during meetings, that this miscommunication and misconceptions do not take place. One can physically see a person and be able to understand what the person actually wants to say. Elaboration and clarification of concepts and ideas. We are able to elaborate our ideas much more better, and there is a clarification of concepts about that ideas. Finalization of plans and strategies. We are able to finalize a plan and strategy for the work we are gonna do. We are able to do it during a meeting because we are able to share our points with the person. Review of performance. We are able to review the performance of any source. Like, if a company, a board meeting is happening of a company, they are able to review their performance about a month or about 6 months. As enlistment of supports and host of such communication needs so essential in business or organizing context. In businesses and organizations, meetings are very important because such communications need to happen. If there is no communication in a company, no meetings are there, then then the company would not grow to its total potential. They facilitate intensive interaction with the individual as well as group and achieve much more than any written communication. During meetings, we are able to interact with any single individual as well as a group. You are able to speak freely about your mind. You are able to achieve more than any written communication can ever achieve during a meeting. There are purposes of meeting. First purpose, to coordinate or arrange activities. We are able, when we are conducting a meeting, our main purpose is to arrange an activity or to coordinate the group towards that activity, to report some activity or experience. We have a purpose in meeting to report some activity, like an activity has happened, there is a meeting, and we are able to share that this activity had happened during this course of time, some course of time, and we are able to share our experience on it, to put forward ideas and ideas for discussion. This is one of the most important purposes of meeting. We are able to put forward the ideas for discussions, and we are able to share those ideas and put forward them much more in better way when we are having a meeting rather than any written communication. To instruct a group of people briefing, like there is a big way, all right, there is a big way in such a way that we are able to instruct. Like if my boss is taking a meeting, we are 10 people, we are 10 people in a group, he is able to instruct us that you have to do this work, you have to do that work. He is able to brief us with the ideas, with the concept of the meeting, to discuss and solve problems related to business. We are able to discuss any problem or solve any problem that has been related to business. If my sales are not good, we are able to discuss it in the meeting and we are able to bring out a solution for it, to give and get new ideas and immediate reactions. We can give new ideas about the topic. Like the topic is how can we make our education system much more better. So the topic is very good, and we are able to give ideas. That I will give an idea that we need to change the course from just textbook stuff to a much more practical stuff, and get more good ideas from other people who are in the meeting, to generate enthusiasm and positive attitude. It generates an enthusiasm in the group of people and a positive attitude towards the main product, to arrive on consensus and on issue. There should be a consensus on any issue, and we are able to obtain it during any meeting, to learn from others and to train others. We are able to learn stuff from other people, and we are able to train other people on any issues. There are 10 golden rules for meeting. Rule number 1, the meeting should be conveyed only when it is essential. One shall only take a meeting when it is essential, when it is needed. One shall not take it at any point of time when it is not needed, when the topic is not that big or it is not much important rather than other stuff. Meeting should have time schedule and must begin and end on time. We need to keep the meeting very precise. Like if I say the meeting is on 10:30, it should start at 10:30. And if I say the meeting would end by 2, it should end by 2. There should not be any extension of time, or there should not be any postponing of time. Meeting should be conveyed only when no telephonic discussion is possible. Telephonic conversation is one way of meeting, but But face to face or physical meeting should only be taken if we are not able to do telephonic conversation with a person. If I am sitting in Mumbai and my boss is sitting in Delhi and he says you need to come to a meeting, it is not possible for me or any other person. But if there is no telephonic conversation available, then I need to, he can tell me that you need to come to Delhi after 3 days and you need to be present in the meeting, because there is no telephonic conversation about the topic that we are going to do. Rule number 4: they must have clear and specific agenda and sub agendas. There must be a specific and clear agenda. It should, the meeting should not be roaming about or should be beating in the bush. It should be about a specific agenda. If the agenda is clear, if the sub agendas are clear, then we are able to produce much more good ideas, much more clear ideas, and much more better end product of the meeting. They must have clear objective. Like the rule number 4, there must be a clear objective. Like I want to get this job done. That is the clear objective of the meeting. You need to get this job done. That is the clear objective of the meeting. Time limit should be specified for each item of the agenda and sub agendas. There should be a time limit. Like I say, the meeting would start at 10:30 and would end by 12. All right, and there are like 12 topics. If we take an hour only for one topic, one sub agenda, then the other agendas would not be given much more importance. Every single agenda is important in a meeting, so we need to give it a specific time. Like the first agenda would be given 15 minutes, second one would be given 20 minutes, then the third agenda would be given 3 minutes, and so on. Because you need to specify the timing, or else other agendas would not get much more better way, much more time, and would not be expressed in a better way. Rule number 7: the notice of the meeting should be sent well in time before the meeting. To those who require to attend the meeting can make useful contributions. If I am conducting a meeting in like 4 days, I need to convey that message by a notice or by any message to the persons who need to be attending the meeting, given the agenda, the sub agendas, and the objectives of the meeting, because the person would come much more prepared, rather than I am conducting a meeting at 11:30 and I am calling a person that you need to come to the meeting at 8:30. So the person doesn't get much more time to gather any information on the topic, or is not able to get ready any much more product on the topic. So the meeting would not be given a much more better way. Number 8: conclusion of meeting is summarized so that each one understands the summary of the proceedings. Conclusion of a meeting is summarized because we have talked about a lot of things. We have at last have talked about like 100 topics in the meeting, and now it has to be summarized in a few paragraphs, because the person who we have discussed the first topic, and now we are at the 50th topic. We are not able to remember what we discussed for the first topic. It is human nature. So when we summarize it and when we talk about it at the last, we are able to convert that whole meeting into a one summary, and we are able to remember it, and we are able to accept what has happened in the meeting. Rule number 9: action oriented meetings minutes should be prepared and circulated after a meeting. There should be minutes of meeting. All right, every single minute. Like at 10:30 this was talked, at 12 this was talked, at 11 this was talked. So what happens is that when we keep the minutes of meeting, it helps us to understand, yes, we talked about this topic for this much time, this happened in the meeting, this was the topic, and we are able to convey it much more better with the people. Meeting should be closed and closed on a pleasant note. Look, meetings have to be closed on a pleasant note, because if we are fighting, all right, in the meeting there are possibility that one shall get angry at someone, but when we close it on a pleasant note, people will see that the topic was discussed much more better way, or was the outcome was much more good, rather than just looking around. Types of meeting. There are different types of meeting. The first type is annual greeting meeting. A meeting held every year to inform organization members of previous and future activities. To assess the meeting, this meeting is often required by law or the constitution or character of an organization. The directors and shareholders attend this meeting, and there is a minimum of 21-day notice. This happens in much more bigger MNCs or bigger companies, because the organizers, the directors and shareholders get to know what has happened in annually in the whole company, what is was the outcome, what was the total product that the company has made during the whole year, the whole calendar year. Now the directors and shareholders attend this meeting so that they are able to see, yes, my company has done this much job, we need to progress towards this place. If we are going down, then how should we get up from this place? There is to be a 21 days notice, because one person who is the director is in Singapore, your company's director is in Singapore, and you live in Mumbai. So there is to be given a 21-day notice, so that you are able to prepare a much more better in a much more better way, and the person is able to go to the other place in much more better way and much more prepared. Board meetings. A management meeting involves the board of directors of an organization. Board of directors, board of governors, syndicate. This type of board meetings are held as much as individual companies require. Attended by all board members and chaired by chairman of board. These board meetings are also taken place in MNCs, small organizations, small syndicates, because in this they are able to look into the groundwork of the company, what has been happening at the ground of the company, and not only and are able to convey the message to the directors and governors. There are more than one director of a company, because every single, like, I am the director of Mumbai branch. Alright. I am the director of South Gujarat. He is the director of Maharashtra. He is the director of Delhi. So there are different directors, and we come together and discuss about a point, that how our company has worked in different areas of the country. Committee meeting. A meeting of a group set up from a larger group to manage a specific issue. Committee meeting is much more like a specific issue is there, so people come together and they discuss about it. All right. Set up a group of set from a larger group, like a large group is there and there is a specific meeting, so some people from that larger group come together and they discuss about it. That is a committee meeting. Senior management meeting. A meeting of senior members of an organization, but not including the board of directors, attended by managers like marketing manager, production manager, sales manager, finance manager, research and development managers, and may be chaired by general manager. This is the senior management meeting is a meeting of senior members. Senior in the sense of their post, not by their age. All right. It is in the sense of their post, and but these are not including. These are excluded by the board of directors. They are not to be taken part of in senior management meetings. These are attended in by managers like marketing, managers of marketing, production, sales, finance, research and development. And it can be and may be chaired by general manager. It is not actually any specified anywhere that it has to be chaired by general manager, but it can be. Departmental meeting. A meeting of staff in a department of planning, discussing and reporting. Chaired by chairman of the department and like financial department, quality department, export department takes part in these meetings. Department meeting is like in a company. Like my department is finance. All right. So in a departmental meeting, all my staff comes. I am the chairman, and I would be chairing the meeting, and all my staff who are under me come together and we discuss about a specific issue. Staff meeting, a meeting of all staff from part of an organization to schedule working within the department. Like, rather than a chairman, all the people should also come together and they talk about something. Steering meet steering meetings, meeting of a group that takes an overview of a project, not just the project team. This group may include senior members of staff and external people to give a different viewpoint. Team briefings, a meeting for supervisors or manager of a team to delegate tasks, discuss team issues, and motivate the staff. It can be in a formal way or an informal way. In a formal way, they discuss in a way like uh, they delegate a task in a written way, or also in informal way they go to particular people and they talk to them very freely, saying that you need to get this work done. Meeting codes, there are some codes in meeting. All right. Start and end on time. The meeting should start and end on time. Be patient, be present on time, and be prepared mentally. You should be present on time. You should not get late and have to give excuses afterwards. You need to be present on time, and you should be mentally prepared for the meeting. Like, there is a board meeting, so you need to be mentally present, that I have to speak this. If this topic comes up, I have to speak this. Establish objective. There should be an objective established as soon as the meeting starts. You have to set an agenda so that you can work on the agenda much more better. Be brief and precise. Don't beat around the bush. You need to be brief. You need to be precise. You should not give long speeches in the meeting. You should just keep it a brief and be precise about the topic. Don't dominate the discussion. Like, if I know some any point, I should not just dominate the whole meeting. Like, I should not make it about myself. A meeting is a discussion of a group of people, not a singular person. So you should not dominate the discussion. Listen to other. You have to be a really good listener during a meeting, because you need to listen what the other person is saying. You should not be like, what I have said is the only right thing. You need to listen and learn from the other person. Encourage participation for our ideas. There in lot of times during a meeting, people don't tend to give ideas. You need to encourage them. You need to motivate them for participating and give ideas towards the topic. Don't interrupt unnecessarily. You should not interrupt while someone is saying something. You should not interrupt unnecessarily, because if you interrupt a person unnecessarily for something, like you need to go to washroom, so you should also have to control yourself. You should let the person finish, and then you should at last interrupt. If you have some points, you have to interrupt a person, then it should be a very good point or a very necessary point. Don't evaluate presentations. You should not evaluate a person's presentation. Like, when during a meeting, every person presents differently. Some might be giving a fully text presentation, some might be giving a pictorial presentation. You should not be evaluating them while listening while in a meeting. Give full attention to the discussion. You should be mentally present. You should be mentally present in the meeting, because you need to give the total fully attention to the discussion. Stay close to the subject. You should not deviate from the subject that you have been always talking about. You should not deviate from it. You need to stay really close to it. Do not have side conversation while in the meeting. You should not talk amongst each other. You should be listening to the person. If you want to speak to the whole committee or the whole group of people, but don't have side conversation while a person is talking or is speaking, because it would demotivate the person who is speaking and it would create a negative energy around you. Resolve related conflicts and issues. One should resolve any issue that is related to the topic, or there is any conflict to the topic. One should resolve it. Decide on follow up actions. You need to decide on what should be done after the meeting. Alright, you should be very clear about it. Record ideas and discussion. You should record the ideas what a person has given by writing it down or recording it on audio and stuff. Assess the outcome in the end. You should assess the outcome, what has happened in the meeting, and what was the outcome of the meeting. Planning a meeting. Pre, in, after. These are the three things that you need to keep in mind. As you plan a meeting, determine the focus of the meeting. Decide who should attend it. Choose the best time and place to hold it. Alright. Prepare an agenda for the meeting and determine who should take the minutes. There should be a person who has been assigned, like you are gonna take minutes of the meeting. Determine the purpose of the meeting. Determine the desired outcome. What should participants know, believe, do, or be able to do as a result of attending the meeting. Write a purpose statement for meeting that answers the question, what was the meeting about? Why was the meeting? The purpose of this meeting is to gather ideas from work parties. What, in order to establish new good business relations, and why to do it. Decide who should attend. You need to decide who should attend. Should a meeting for a time. Alright, schedule a meeting for a time when all or most of the key people are present. If a meeting must be held without some key participants, ask those people for their contributions prior to the meeting, or invite them to participate by speakerphone, video conference, or such remote methods. Choose the meeting time. The time of the day and the length of the meeting can influence its outcome. Monday morning is often used to prepare for the coming week work. Friday afternoon is often focused on completing the current week's task. Meeting time continued. Long meetings may need to indulge break to allow participants to respond to the message and refresh themselves. Meetings held during last 15 minutes of the day will be quick, but few people will remember what happened. Remote participants may need consideration for their time zones. Choose the meeting location. Having a meeting location at your own location can give you an advantage. You feel much more comfortable, which along with your guest newness to their surroundings may give you an edge. Holding the meeting on someone else's premises, however, can signal cooperation. For balance, especially when people are meeting for the first time or are discussing sensitive issues. Meet at a neutral site where there is no gain and or no gains and no one gains any advantage, and attendees much may feel freer to the participate. Establish the agenda, a tool for focusing the group. The agenda is an outline of what the meeting will address. Always prepare an agenda for the meeting, even if it is only an information list of top main topics. Ideally, the agenda should be distributed to attendees a day or two before the meeting. For longer meetings in which participants are required to make a presentation, try to distribute the agenda a week or more in advance. The agenda should list the attendees, the meeting time and place, and the topics to plan you plan to discuss. If the meeting includes presentations, list the time allotted for each speaker. Finally, indicate the approximate length for the meeting so that participants can plan the rest of the day. Agenda, notice or memo. If an agenda is distributed in advance of the meeting, it should accompanied by a cover letter or a message informing people of the following purpose of the following the purpose of the meeting, the date and the place of the meeting, the meeting starts and stop time, the name of the people invited, instruction on how to prepare. Minutes taking. Taking minutes is very important during meeting. Assign someone to take the minutes. Usually responsibility of secretary assigned by the chair. Like the chair should assign a secretary that should take the minutes. Thank you very much. My name was Uday Arya. I presented you the topic meetings and I would be grateful to you. Thank you.